Hey everyone, it is Natalie from Being Intentionally Creative, and today we are making a tray. This is a tray, and when I say that, the reason I say it's a tray is because it's got sides on it. I want to use this. I've been doing some rearranging in my basement here. I wanted myself and all my stuff out of one of the bedrooms down here. We have a Murphy bed, which if you don't know what that is, it's a bed that folds up into the wall. And I had occupied that, and the room beside it had all kinds of furniture in it that we have now gotten out of the house. So I'm moving myself out of the bedroom and into the other space, which I'm really happy about because I want it out of the bedroom. I want to be a bedroom again. Not that we have tons of company, not that I need it to be a bedroom, but I want it to be a bedroom. I have some stuff I want to put into a tray. We have done together a flat tray, one that I did with mixed mold and resin. And this one, I'm just going to make it out of resin. It's going to have sides on it, which I like the idea of because with some containers it's just easier if you have them in something to move them from table to table to table. So we're going to be making this. This is about 11 by 8 inches by about 1.25 inches deep. Now I have done some math calculations. I'm hoping they're close. I really am. It's looking like I might need about 600 mils to do this, which may seem excessive, but I have to take into consideration it's about 1.25 inches from the bottom to the top of the rim here, and then I've got the space here. Now, what I like about this mold so far is the fact that it is well supported here in the center. I should not have any issues with this, sinking down, the resin pooling or anything like that, fingers crossed. I am noticing right now in the light I've got a bit of a mark here, which doesn't throw me, but that's okay. We'll see how it turns out at the end of the day. I'm just going to cover this back up now. I'm going to go over my colors with you. So how much resin? Well, I've calculated about 550 mils. What I did was I figured how much I would need sort of in here around the sides, and then I calculated what I would need on the top and, did my math, which fingers crossed is right, and I will have something next to me in the event that I need another container. What colors are we going to do this in? Well, I've decided to go with greens. I don't know whether that has anything to do with Halloween or not. And I have a new product that we are going to throw into the mix here, but let me share with you where I'm going to start. So I have a lime green by Elichem resins, which I want to use. I have a racing green by Elichem that I want to use. This is a very dark, a dark green. It's dark. I have one of the Baltic Days. This is forest green. This needs to be mixed up, and I will do that. Again, it's because of what I'm using it for. I kind of want to use up some of these in something. We have two glitters, dark and light green. Not sure how these are going to show up with my colors, but I'm throwing them in anyway because I have tons of glitter. Then what we're going to do, we have a new product by Light Wish. They did not pay this for me. I bought this myself. It's called the Starry Color Series, and it's supposed to look like a starry sky when you use it. So we're going to mix up some in dark green. I'm not sure if it's going to show up really well because of the other colors I'm using, but we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see what it does. So I am going to get all my resin mixed up, and I am going to start mixing up my colors, and I will bring you back when it is time to start pouring. I'm not sure with this starry color from Light Wish whether or not I will mix it in with the colors, which might be a little bit of a better idea than actually attempting to do it by itself. It might show up better, so I'll give that some thought. And more than likely I'm going to throw the glitter in and amongst these colors as well. So when I've got everything mixed up, when we're ready to pour, I will bring you back, and I'll see you then. Well, that took me a fair chunk of time to mix everything up, and I have to get pouring this because it is warming up a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix all my colors together, and I had to switch one of them up. So I know the one color I was using was going to use was the Baltic Day, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to use Grass Green by Magic Resin. The reason I switched up was because the colors between the I don't want to do that. This lime green and the Baltic Day, they were really close. And so I decided I didn't want to have two colors that were so close together. So I'm going to do a dirty pour on this. So I'm going to pour my two colors in with this. And I'm going to go back and forth a little bit and see if we can't get something interesting going in on this piece. I added in the Light Wish starry stuff. Isn't that good? Starry stuff with each of the colors. So hopefully we get some starlight something or other going on here. And we won't know until we actually are finished with the piece. So bear with me as I mix my colors. I think it's going to look interesting. And I don't know that I've done a piece that's just, you know, sort of greens before. And my resin is starting to warm up. I did about 600 grams, give or take, or 600 mils, call it what you will. And I'm noticing it seems with this starry color series by Light Wish that it mixes in, but it kind of floats too a little bit. So I am going to be very curious to know how it actually turns out at the end of the day. All right. Sorry, give that a break because I do want to start pouring. I gotta get stuff out of my way. I don't like being rushed when it comes to this stuff. I put some sparkle in it too, glitter. The one container, I was having issues getting it out. The other one, it just sort of fell right out, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, let's get pouring this puppy dog. Okay. So I just want to get it going, flowing. I want to sort of get some pattern into this. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So you can kind of see the colors, and hopefully as I'm pouring this, you're getting some sense of the color. Yeah, I want some design in this to the best of what may be able to happen. And I want to be careful, so I should slow up a little bit. So if you see some silver in here, that is the starry product by Light Wish. Isn't that sad? And I'm going to let this sort of flow. I'm pouring it very fast. Dark green starry color series. And that's what the bottle looks like. All right, so let's let this set in place. And it looks like I've got about 120, 40. Are we doing this by? Yeah. So I think I'm glad I stopped pouring. I'm very glad I stopped pouring. Because I think if I poured any more, I would have ended up with gosh knows what. Overflow, I think, for sure. So I'm very grateful I stopped pouring. So what have I got left in here? So we kind of have an idea of what we're dealing with. 60 to 60? Well, that would make sense. So 60 to 60. So about 140 maybe left of 140 108. Yeah, so I'd say about 140 mils. So math not being what it was, so 600 minus 100, which is 5 minus 40, which is 460, give or take. So that's good for me to know. I like the color. And I don't know if I want to, you know, do any swirly whirlies or not. I'm going to spray it with alcohol because it's got a fair chunk of air bubbles on the top of it. Guess I really shouldn't be spraying my blender. And maybe in a little bit I will take something through it to maybe give it a bit of a design of some sort. I'm not sure how far I'll get doing that now, but as we can give it a bit of a go. So I have a Christmas tree over here that I'll finish filling up with this. Or my other thought was to do my pot again. That was my other thought. Now I appreciate that this isn't going to have a lot of, you know, uniqueness or character to it because it's greens, but I'm okay with that. I thought it'd be nice to do something that was just basic for a change. So 460, give or take. Okay, good to know. So, oops, did I just break that? I just pulled the tip out of my, I just pulled the tip out of this thing. Anyway, okay, I'm going to let you go. We are going to let this set up and then we'll take it out and see how it looks. And see if we can get the starry out of it, or, you know, what's that going to do. And I'm just going to bring you over here. Yeah, it's hard to see it. So I think what we're going to have to do is just wait until this is all done and set up and see how well the starry comes out. And it may be one of those products that you just do it on its own to get the full effect of it. Maybe mixing in with color wasn't the best idea, but we play, we find that out. And we see what happens. So I'm just going to very carefully, if I can. Yeah, okay. That's not going to move very easily or very well. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to leave this the way it is, or I'm going to find a careful way of moving this without, yeah, see, it's moving my top thing here, so that's no good. So I'm going to have to work around this. And I know that for next time now. Anyway, we will be back once this has set up and we can take it out of the mold. I'll see you then. Well, it is the next day and we are going to take this big piece out of the mold. I'm not sure if using the dark green starry color series was the right thing to do in this from a color perspective, just because the green is so green. You can see it a little bit, and hopefully once I get it out, we'll get a better view of it. But I think maybe a better idea would be to do it on its own. So we're going to have to do a video where we just do it on its own. As I said, the mold itself was, like, I really like the mold because it had a lot of support to it, which is something you want for pieces like this. I know some of the molds that are out there, they don't have the support. Like I have one that it's a Craft Smart mold and it just doesn't have the support that I think it needs. But this piece definitely, I mean, it's got supports all along the side of it and on the bottom of it. And it's got two, so these ones here aren't up to the top, but these two are, this one and this one. I'll list the name of the company that I got this from, and I got this off of Amazon, and I don't think it was that expensive. And they had different sizes of it. So like I said, I wanted a tray that I could, and it's got, so It's got 2 indents down here and one on this side. Okay, so can we see the... So we don't have much of a design. I knew I wasn't going to get much of a design because of the colors I chose, green. There is, I don't know if you can maybe see through my hand, it's like there's a bit of a design here. But again, not much, it's the color. And I'm just trying to... I guess I can kind of see the starry sky. I can see my glitter more so in this. But we will do another piece. Like there's, now granted, is it the, no, I don't think it is the mica. So in this corner here, it looks like you can see some of it, but it's not, I think it needs to be done on its own. Like you can kind of get it, and I don't know whether you're getting the sense of where it might be. Down here, right sort of in this square here, there is some of it, but we're going to have to do a piece that is just using it. But I'm happy about my tray, that's for sure. So there you have it. I attempted to use something new, but not sure it worked very well. You can kind of make it out. Anyway, that's our video. We are very, very, very close to 800 people. I think when I last checked it, I was about 3 people away from 800. So that's absolutely fabulous. I'm excited about 800. I'm excited about 1,000 too, but I don't know. There's something about the 800 mark that really has me excited. So thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel, that's watching, that's commenting. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to the next video. And what's that going to be about? Well, I guess you're just going to have to stick around and see. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye for now.